Jim, this passenger, she reached out to us and she said that not only was she not allowed to board her Spirit flight, but she says her sister was arrested.
They're now accusing the airline of singling them out and embarrassing them. They shared their story with Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay.
Welcome to Spirit Airlines, baby, where the seats are optional and the vibes are non-refundable.
All right, y'all, we have talked about Spirit Airlines on this channel, and by now you know exactly what it is. Spirit Airlines is the Walmart of the skies, okay? And just like Walmart at 2 a.m. is where people show up in bonnets, pajama pants, slippers, dragging across the floor barefoot, loud and nasty, acting like the world is supposed to adjust to them. And yes, these are the same folks hopping on Spirit with $39 and zero dignity. I saw this AI clip the other day, basically like what if Spirit Airlines just told the truth in their commercials, and I am going to share it with you guys because it had me crying. Take a listen.
Welcome to Spirit Airlines, baby, where the seats are optional and the vibes are non-refundable. Our pilots don't just fly the plane, they feel the plane. Energy unmatched. Focus optional. Introducing our in-flight holding cell, because sometimes turbulence comes from within. And if you got beef with your seatmate, say less. We got cages now. Why settle for peanuts when you can fight for fried chicken at 35,000 feet? Where turbulence meets two-piece combo. Need extra storage for your high-performance lifestyle? Spirit Airlines offers undercarriage valet, Hellcat approved, turbulence tested. Luxury is subjective. That's why our restroom features a state-of-the-art gravity-fed 5-gallon solution, now with splashback. Thanks for flying Spirit, America's #1 choice for airborne community service. See y'all next flight, maybe.
Absolutely hilarious. And honestly, that's exactly what people see when they think of Spirit. So I can't be mad at the ad because it is actually true. But surprisingly, Spirit decided to have some standards this week, very surprisingly. And let's be clear, what we just saw, that's what happens when you attract the bottom of the barrel behavior and do nothing about it. Now, obviously it was AI, but the fact that certain people, the usual suspects, black people, thinks it's acceptable to show up at the airport dressed like a freaking schmuck is outrageous. Now, this woman I'm about to show you, she showed up to the airport in a two-piece outfit in a robe with zero shame. Obviously, they never have any shame, always so proud. And she really thought Spirit was going to let her board the flight like that. And the moment that Spirit hit her with the no, girlfriend, you're not getting on the plane looking like that, you already know what she did. She played victim, she called the news, and then she posted the clip online for internet sympathy. Every single time, same tired playbook, and it never fails. It's actually amazing to watch. I'm Carmen Jaycee. I'm here to give you my thoughts, call it exactly how I see it, and spread awareness because clearly nobody else will. Welcome back to the channel. Let's take a look at this madness. Take a listen.
Well, Jim, this passenger, she reached out to us and she said that not only was she not allowed to board her Spirit flight, but she says her sister was arrested.
Your boarding pass, please.
As Tanasia Greyer approached the Spirit ticket counter, tensions quickly grew. She was just told she wouldn't be allowed on her flight back to Chicago.
I'm right here. You need to get out my face. You don't have to address me like that. You can say whatever you need to say from right there. You don't have to get in my face.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
And you don't get to tell me what to do.
Greyer says it all started over this outfit she wore to the airport. She says she wore similar shorts while traveling on a plane to Miami on Sunday.
And these is just regular shorts. This is how I walk through the airport. This is how I walk through the airport with these shorts on. With my robe. This is exactly how I had my clothes.
She says her luggage made it onto the flight, but she didn't.
I had my robe on. We were getting ready to board the plane, and the lady at the front desk, she stopped me and said, "You're not getting on a plane like that." So I looked at her and I said, "Like what?" She said, "With those shorts." I said, "Everybody here has on shorts. What's the problem with my shorts?" And I've been in this airport for 40 minutes with my shorts and my robe on, and nobody addressed me about my attire. I'm confused. This is crazy.
That voice in the background is Greyer's sister, Jessica Kordelewski. So first, Tanasia says she can't get on her Spirit flight because of her outfit, and then, to make matters worse, she says her sister is arrested for disorderly conduct.
They treated me like a real criminal.
I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all be completely embarrassing. And when I say y'all, I mean black people, that is to the point that I don't even be surprised if people are racist or prejudiced towards you. It's the behavior at some point, and it's so animalistic. This girl is literally walking into the airport, not a house, not a hotel lobby, an airport, in a robe and booty shorts like that is normal. And what's worse is she don't see a single thing wrong with it. Just that delusional. And this is what we have normalized within the Black community. She dresses like a slob and she doesn't get to fly, and then somehow she is the victim. It's our favorite thing to go. So instead of handling this like an adult, no, she causes a scene. She calls the news. And let's not forget, instead of helping her calm down, her sister jumps in, starts yelling, and ends up in handcuffs. It is embarrassing, like just completely embarrassing. And at some point, we have to say it. People are tired of this dysfunction. Listen, if Spirit Airlines is tired of it, you know it's bad, okay? We're talking about the bottom of the barrel behavior, Spirit, okay? It is bad. And the fact that she is wearing this $550 Versace robe, probably like 3 times the cost of this flight, it makes completely no sense. This is like exactly what holds the Black community back, always trying to look like money while acting like clowns and thinking that nobody notices. We notice, okay? And the fact that they're showing up in designer at the cheapest places, like you go to Walmart, Spirit, Dollar Tree, acting like fools, but designer does not disguise dysfunction. You cannot slap a designer label on mess and call it confidence. It is still a mess. I am sorry to be the one to say this. Nobody is impressed, not the staff, not the passengers, not the public, especially not me. She looked like a damn schmuck. Like, who is this schmuck walking through the airport looking like this? And the only reason the news showed up for the content is definitely not to defend her. They definitely wanted to watch the circus and laugh at her and exploit her. Not to mention she's just exploiting herself, considering the fact that she called them. And to shut down this whole "they targeted me" narrative, like Spirit Airlines was just making up things, I'm going to show you 2 girls who was kicked off of Spirit Airlines back in October of 2024 for violating a dress code. Take a listen.
This video blowing up online after 3 women say they were kicked off a Spirit Airlines flight over the way they were dressed. The women started recording video of the situation as it escalated. They are now accusing the airline of singling them out and embarrassing them. They shared their story with Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay.
It's a crop top controversy going viral.
We were wearing crop tops like this, you know, just like a little bit of stomach showing crop tops. And a male flight attendant came up to us and aggressively said, mumbled, "Put something on," and then walked away.
The women took this video before boarding, showing they had sweaters, but removed them, saying the plane did not have air conditioning before takeoff. They say a male flight attendant had an issue with their clothing.
He's telling both of us to put our sweaters on. And then we're like, oh, can we see a dress code? Like, is there a policy that says we can't wear crop tops on the plane?
It was very hot. So everybody had their sweaters off.
Carla Hager, a woman they did not know, was sitting in front of them.
I said, well, if your body is inappropriate, then so is mine, because I also have a crop top under my sweater. And I took my sweater off and I was like, so if they're kicking you off this flight, then they're also going to have to kick me and my toddler off of the flight.
But that's what happened. The 3 women and a toddler kicked off the Spirit Airlines plane with no refund.
All right, now, to be fair, these 2 girls weren't dressed nearly as disgusting as the girl with the robe, not even close. They boarded the plane with sweaters on, sat down, got hot, and took them off. That's really what happened. Nothing dramatic, nothing attention seeking. I'm showing you this because people love to scream discrimination, but this wasn't about race. It was about presentation. Now, one of the girls had on more of like a bralette underneath, so I get why the complaints. But again, they weren't walking through the airport like that. They had sweaters, they were seated, and they were minding their business. That is not criminal. That is human. And of course, the staff, majority Black, came over with an attitude, escalated it, and blew it up into something that it did not need to be. My point is, this incident is one of the reasons Spirit Airlines updated their dress code. This happened before the change. The robe incident happened like 7 months after the policy was already in place. So it changed back in like January of 2025. So no, Spirit didn't make up a rule just to target her. She walked into the airport looking like a fool, got the consequences of her actions. Now let's take a listen to those dress code updates. Go ahead and take a listen.
Spirit Airlines is making some changes to its passengers' dress code policy. The budget carrier says specific clothing and tattoos will no longer be allowed on board. Spirit gave specific examples as see-through clothing and exposed private parts. The new rules say passengers wearing lewd, offensive, or obscene clothing or even revealing clothing or body art may be denied boarding or removed from flights. The new policy comes after 2 women were kicked off a flight for wearing crop tops.
The airport used to be a place where people dressed with respect. You wanted to present yourself well, not just for yourself, but for where you were going. That mindset is completely gone, and that's the problem in America. We don't care about how we present ourselves anymore. People walk around like they just rolled out of bed, and let's be honest, Black America is leading that trend straight into the gutter. We used to take pride in how we dress. Now it's just bonnets, slides, sports gear, and booty shorts in public. No shame, no standards, no care. You can literally track the degradation of the culture by how we dress, and people don't want to hear that, but we've got to do better. As a people, we got to start calling out the degeneracy we keep enabling because it is spreading. Walmart, Spirit Airlines, Carnival Cruises, public schools, airports. It's a cultural infestation, and we're the ones who's feeding it. And if Spirit is raising the bar, what does that say about the people who cannot clear it? So let's be clear. This isn't about Spirit Airlines. It's about the people walking around with no standards and then acting shocked when consequences show up. We've reached a point where dressing like a slob and getting told no is called discrimination, where looking crazy in public is normalized and anyone who calls it out is suddenly the villain. Spirit might be the cheapest airline on the market, but even they said enough is enough. So if Spirit is rejecting you for being too sloppy, that is not a you ate moment. That is a reality check. Being out here in $500 robes, walking around with zero accountability, dressed like money, acting like a clown is disgusting. And when you exploit yourself online for likes and sympathy, that is not power, that is desperation. And if you don't want to be judged at the airport, then stop showing up looking like an idiot. If you rock with this episode today, smash the like button, drop a comment, and hit the super thanks or super chat to support the channel. I'll be reading out every name, every message in the next episode. So if you want to do a shout out, you already know what to do. Because clearly the truth is not sponsored by the mainstream. It is sponsored by people like you. I'm Carmen Jaycee, and I am not here to make you feel good. I am here to make you think, take accountability, and say stuff that everybody else is scared to say out loud. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.
Conscious culture, we awaken and we learn. Fire in our spirits, watch the system as it burns. Question every lesson, let the real truth return. We break the mold, and now it's our turn.